So, General Perkins. Okay. Multi-domain battlefield.
The Ars Goetia, 72 Demons of the Lesser Key of Solomon in Demonic and Occultism.
Stepchild, right?
Goetia,
Talk about
medieval
the
Latin,
dominion of the function,
as Goethe, is a practice associated with evil spirits. Specifically those invoked by one of the characters in the book.
We could say that
Solomon.
One of those
the use of the term in English comes largely from the 17th century grimoire, The Lesser Key of Solomon,
randomly before chesses,
which features Ars Goetia as the first part. It contains a description of the awakening, or summoning of 72 demons.
You can set up Stratego any way you want.
Goetic Theurgy, another practice described in the Lesser Key of Solomon, is similar to the book's description of Goetia, but is used to summon air spirits.
Or Hubble's constant, Heisenberg. In terms
was the
of
name
Jupiter,
for magic in the Greco-Roman world.
Whatever.
The Latin
female,
form is Goetia. In the
This is
16th century, the English
bit,
adopted
loops,
it as Gishi
highs
or
and
Goethe,
lows. It's
and
all
the adjective
hydrogen
form
wave
of
function.
Goetic
Not
via the French
necessarily
Goetie.
before they knew about it, because they're going to use what version
During
of
the
it
Renaissance,
they're doing. That's also
Goetia
another
was
one.
sometimes contrasted by
Sometimes
magia as
Jinn,
black magic,
sometimes
darkness or self
Skinwalker.
versus white magic,
Now, short of
light
actually
or
seeing one, if
unselfish,
you got a
or
gray
by
whip
magic
out or
as
anything
low
else with the Ouija
versus
board. Or my
high
Ouija board.
magic.
My hoodoo voodoo.
Since it will be discussed later about other books, it will be explained in its entirety not only about Ars Goetia, but about other books in Lesser Key of Solomon. The Lesser Key of Solomon, also known as Clavicula Salomonis Regis or Lemegeton,
the SCP
is an anonymous
roster
grimoire,
of SCPs, Gate
spellbook,
Guardian,
on demonology,
33 Impossible Math Problem,
compiled in the
55
mid-17th
an
century,
anti-meme that
most of
can
whose
remember what
material
it
is several
who it
centuries
was,
older.
what situation
It is
to
divided
set up
into
the,
5 books,
category
namely
Flash,
Ars Goetia,
peacocking
Ars
guy.
Tertia Goetia,
Maybe you got
Ars Paulina, Ars Almadel, and Ars Notoria.
Or whatever, you're going to do the Balathimo thing.
Ars
the
Goetia.
Crusader Land Nav, Alice and Bob.
Ars
Relative,
Goetia as the
Parth.
first part of Solomon's
These are
Lesser
diagrams. They all X.
which contains
right?
descriptions
so
of the
gonna
72
Delport.
demons
There's
that
gonna
Solomon is said to have
AO,
resurrected and
they're all
confined
gonna
in a
be some
bronze
diagram,
vessel sealed
right?
by
You get the
magic
seal.
symbols.
And
In
when
order
you see
to
that
work for him,
in code
Ars
and in action,
Goetia
in spooky
assigned
distance,
each of
at
them a
least I
rank
would
and
know
title
not
of
really that
nobility,
there's some dragon out there, but
and gave them a
maybe
sign
you
of
need
allegiance.
an Azazel
Or
type
seal.
hot young kid
The list
that
of
can pull out a
entities in
knife
Ars
in, but
Goetia
that's the
corresponds to
momentum
that
you
in
gotta have on there.
Pseudomonarchia Demonum,
Mike spun up a little bit.
an
into
appendix
there,
to which
Tom
appeared in
Bayer
later
Davis.
editions of his De Prestigiis Demonum, 1563, though in a different order.
72, 36.
A revised English edition of Ars Goetia, published in 1904 by Samuel Liddell MacGregor Mathers and Alistair
How's this
Crowley
one?
as the Goetia, is based on manuscripts from the
table
British
and see if the kid
Museum,
takes it.
with additions by Crowley, including an introduction prayer taken from the
two
fragment of
You
Greek
move.
Goodwin Egyptian work on magic,
If
and the
E2
essay The
moves
Initiated
to
Interpretation
E4,
of Ceremonial
logically, how would they
Magic.
go about doing
This
that?
is not an appropriate edition of the source text,
We're going
that
through it real
contains
fast.
several
I
innovations,
use the Zodiac, the Black Zodiac,
including
the
some
Hammer,
fragments in
the
Enochian
Juggernaut.
written by
Who's
Crowley in his
your-
introduction.
is it a
Crowley
wave function
argues
black
that the
body?
process of awakening
on the-
demons is
the
simply a
photo
form of psychological
of
self-exploration.
Leo
It has
coming
since
through,
become a
not
fairly
so good?
well-known wizarding book and has even been featured in places such
I mean, if you actually go to some of the other
as
stories
Alan
about
Moore's
this
graphic
and
novel
go
Promethea,
through a lot
James
of the
Blish
material,
Black Easter novel,
you
and
do my
Kevin
math
Kaufman's
numbers, what is
Forsaken
geometry?
comedy trilogy.
you're going to get a lot of the glassware inside
The
here.
most
That's a
obvious
wild
source
horse.
for
It's a
Ars
real wild
Goetia
horse.
is
Why a horse,
Johann
not a
Weyer's
person?
Pseudomonarchia Demonum
without
in his
somebody.
De Prestigiis Demon. Weyer points out that Lemegeton did not derive from his work. Not
Good
the other
crap.
way around. The order of
Solomon's
his
Trials.
spirits changed between the two
Catch you in the next
versions.
one.